forget about them, and they are the ones who are being maltreated. So we shall be looking at that also. What do you think about these bikers? When CPDM come, you see them at the front line with t-shirts of CPDM. They are making noise everywhere. When SDF comes, the same. If Cameroon Renaissance movement comes, the same. So we shall look at the importance of these bikers. Then we shall look at Yaoundé, that one of the papers have decided to zoom into the central region of Cameroon, portraying all the garbages we have on the streets of the political capital of Yaoundé. So you shall give us your contribution. It is not only Yaoundé, in all the cities and towns of Cameroon. Then we shall look at the fall of the GC performance, that one of the papers have decided to look deep into this fall and the percentages. Then lastly, we have to get into other things that the Hilltop, that is the paper from the Northwest, have decided to talk about. At this time, dear viewers, let us go into the papers. We start looking at what the papers have, then we start informing you. The first paper here is the Guardian Post. Let us look at what the Guardian Post has for us this morning. It says, let us look at the main banner there, mandate of greatness and hope. Mandate of greatness and hope. You know, during the presidential election, this was the caption, this was the propaganda that was used by CPDM. So it's a mandate of greatness and hope. Voici Yaoundé. Voici Yaoundé. They are asking us now to look at Yaoundé. And so they have given us pile of baggages or debts that fleet the streets of Yaoundé. So that is what the Guardian Post has decided to tell us. Okay, then when we go at the top left hand side, it says the unique administrative survey of versatile and level-headed female civil administrator Dr. Epole Ewane Vaclin is again on the spotlight. The inspiring female administrator or administrative authority was over the weekend deservedly on honor roll again as Cameroon's best female divisional officer of the year. Dr. Epole Ewane, who currently serves as divisional officer DO of Kongnako subdivision in Mongo division littoral region, was awarded during the 7th edition of the Golden Awards. You go to page 5, you'll get these awards that took place, and you know that's the deal. You know he has once been in Limbe, and she has been known of her selfless services to humanity. So this time she has been awarded. If you want to know more about that, you go to the Guardian Post newspaper, page 5. You read about her. We've talked about the deaths that fleet the streets of Yaoundé. At this time, let us leave the Guardian Post and get to the next paper, which is the Daily Voice. The Daily Voice, they have told us to still come back to what they gave us yesterday. It is the Daily Voice which says Biya blinks on off screen. Biya blinks on off screen. That is what we are told. They are talking about the coverage of President Paul Biya's arrival. So if you want to get on the details, then we read it yesterday. So you can go to the Daily Voice newspaper, then you read again, you read the details about that. We read it yesterday, so they told us to come back to it. Let's go at the top right left hand. It says Naira 10 leaders retire stalls again. You know, the Naira 10, it is the Ambazonian leaders who were arrested in a hotel known as Naira 10 in Nigeria. And so when they were arrested there and brought back to Cameroon during one of their meetings, they didn't know they were being monitored. So they were arrested and brought to Cameroon, and they have been known as the Naira 10. It says Naira 10 leaders retire stalls again. Barrister Fruit Joseph didn't mince words in court last Thursday, and the presiding magistrate had no answer for him. The defense counsel slammed the court over the Ayuk Tabe and the Naira 10 case delays. 5 months after the Supreme Court ordered a retrial, the case still hasn't started. For the third time, the court couldn't even assemble itself. 2 judges absent, 10 men have already served 7 years. They were brought to court again to watch the same case go nowhere again. You go to page 4, you read about the Naira 10, whereby the defense counsel is trying to bring the matter, let it be judged, because for a very long time they have just been in prison, but nothing is ongoing as far as their matter is concerned. So as I said, the Naira 10 are the Amazonians who were arrested in Nigeria at the Naira 10 hotel when they were where they were lodging. They were about to have their meeting, so they were brought to Cameroon. Okay, let us look at the top right hand what we have there. Tributes to said Dr. Tumfo Barrister Nico Hale, always on the news. It says, there is a particular kind of greatness that does not wait for a eulogy. Charles Mambo, a self-made man who has spent his life building himself and lifting others along the way, has chosen to do what too few of us ever do: give a living legend his flowers while he can still smell them. This is not an obituary, it is an act of love, gratitude, and public honesty from a younger brother who never forgot the elder who helped shape him and who believes that Cameroon deserves to know right now. While said Dr. Tumfo Barrister Nico Hale is still very much with us. Exactly what kind of man works among them? Enjoy Mambo's column. Scribbles from the diaspora. That is somebody, a lawyer, who studied under Barrister Nico Hale, and so he decides to think of the senior barrister. And some people feel that all this time, this man, Barrister Nico Hale, has always been on paper, always been on news. He's like, hey, something is on the way. But we want to say that it is just him. Well, we don't know. Elections are coming, as some people are thinking. But we want to say that Barrister Nico Hale has once said he's not interested in maybe government positions. He once rejected some appointments. So, but we don't know whether his mind will change. But that is the thought of many pundits, especially political pundits, who feel that senior Barrister Nico Hale maybe at this time will not reject any appointment or go in for elections. Let's just be watching. We still have time. We still have time. This time, let us look at the bottom left hand. It says Equinox TV's ambassador wins third Golden Award. You see him there. Ambassador is a pidgin broadcaster of Equinox. Our colleague there. It says one broadcaster and pidgin news icon, Smanjikan Gabriel, popularly known on stage and on air as Ambassador, has once again asked his name in gold after being crowned Best Pidgin Newscaster of the Year at the prestigious Golden Award night held in Douala on Saturday, August 23rd, 2026. We want to say congratulations to you, Smajikan Gabriel. At least you stood the test of time, so you really deserve it. I think this should be one amongst many that he has been having, these awards. Then we also have another one, career built on grit. Guardian Post's Moa Patrick plucks Maryland Trophy. That's Moa Patrick there, the good writer, who 14 years, 4 newsrooms and 1 relentless belief that journalism can still move a country forward. A newsroom career that started with a weekly tabloid in Limbe has landed on a stage in Maryland, United States of America, and Moa Patrick, desk editor at the Guardian Post, isn't slowing down. You go to page 4, you see our Moa Patrick there. You know, one thing that makes me happy, it is very factual that most of them who win this award are from this area. At least it is no news that Fako Division, Southwest Region, the University of Boya has been doing very, very great things. So most of these journalists who are like taking the rostrum are mostly people who have come from this area, who have practiced from this area. So we say congratulations to them. Bravo. At this time, dear viewer, let us go to the next newspaper, which is The Voice newspaper. The Voice newspaper there. Let us look at what they have for us this morning. It is The Voice. It says, Fongo and partners unite Ashong through sports, calls for massive back to school. Back to school everywhere. Back to school everywhere. We want to say we appreciate those who have decided to push the kids, the students, to go back to school. The little you have to promote back to school, it is not as small as you think, but it will go a long way to encourage children to go back to school. The second edition of the CFA 3 million Ashon Holiday Unity Tournament has ended with renewed calls for peace, love, and development in Ashong as sons and daughters of the community stressed the need for unity as a foundation for sustainable development. The 6-week sporting jamboree, which brought together residents of Ashong community members living outside the village, neighboring communities, and other stakeholders, climaxed on Saturday, August 22, 2026 at the Ngaku Municipal Stadium. The tournament, sponsored by Fongo and Partners Real Estate Solutions, featured football, women's handball, marathon, horse racing, and traditional dances. Organizers said the initiative was conceived as a means of using sports to rebuild relationships and encourage members of the community to return home after years of disruption caused by the ongoing conflict in Cameroon's northwest and southwest region. You continue to read that on page 5. We want to say that is a beautiful initiative to start bringing people back after all what we've been going through and we are still going through. In fact, football, sports in general, is a unifying factor. And so those who are struggling to bring back the Anglophones due to what we are going through, to bring them back to their community, to bring development to their community, we want to say we appreciate that. And one thing that attracts me in this is the race, maybe the horse race that they had is very encouraging. Thank you so very much. We're just coming back to this paper because we already had it. You see our colleague there, Jikan Gabriel, with his awards, the Equinox guy. So you see. Then let's go now to the bottom right hand side that talks about GC 2026. Over 63,000 candidates fail as success rates plummets by 7.58%. So we want to say we know what the GC went through this year. So at least the students tried. They tried. But what we'll say is that they should not be discouraged. Those who did not make it, they should continue. One day they will be in flying colors. Okay. Let us take the next paper, which is the Median newspaper. the media newspaper there. The main headline there talks of revealing GC results statistics. They say when facts don't lie, when facts don't lie, revealing GCE results statistics. That is what we are being told there. Okay, let us read what. Far more candidates sat the exams in the center. 18,705 candidates, and littoral 17,037 candidates regions than in the southwest, which is 14,303 candidates, and northwest 9,837 candidates in the regions. Then the next point there, no schools in the northwest and southwest regions have candidates among the top 20 in the GCE A levels. Then of 114 candidates who passed all 5 A-level subjects with A grade, 73 are children of francophone parents. The next point we have there is that barely 27% of schools with the best A-level results are found in the northwest and southwest region, with St. Benedict College, Volier. I go over again. Barely 27% of schools with the best A-level results are found in the northwest and southwest region, with St. Benedict College of Volier Yaoundé alone having 10 amongst the top 20 GCE A-level laureates. So it is like the median is calling, is make a kind of alert here. You know, in the yesteryears, we know that the northwest region especially was championing as far as the GCE is concerned, or want to hear the number of candidates who sits for the GCE, who hear the number skyrocketing in the northwest, the number of students who will make the highest papers and percentage of schools and so on. But they are merely telling us the effects of the Anglophone crisis, that at this time we are being made to understand that most of the candidates who have done so well comes from the littoral center and maybe west region, given that most of them are internally displaced, so they have gone into those towns, and that is where they are studying now. And so you see that the northwest and southwest region, the percentages are reducing in every area. So it is a call of concern to those who parade the corridors of education in the southwest and northwest region. Let us go to the top left hand of the media newspaper. It says, who, what are to blame? Who and what are to blame? Slow death of Anglophone education industry. Just what I said, it is a slow death of Anglophone. Okay, now it comes to, at the top there, at the mid top, it says Cameroon Cup. FAB men and women reaffirm dominance in football. FAB men and women reaffirm dominance in football. The 2026, in handball, sorry, please. In handball, the 2026 finals of the Cameroon Cup in handball were played in the Yaoundé Multi-Sports Complex on Sunday, 23rd August 2026, with the armed forces and police teams. FAP retaining the titles in the men's and women's category. It is no news that this FAP team have always been one of the best, and they have been representing us out of the country. So you see the teams there and you see the supporters there, very happy. Let us come to the mid right hand. It says, exemplifying influential leadership, Manu Dynamic Club marks silver jubilee with a blast. Minister of Special Duties at the Presidency, Engineer Mengot Victor Are Congo, was chairman at the fun-packed Jubilee soiree Saturday, which witnessed the 8th edition of the Manu Dynamic Club Academic Excellence Award, and lots more. You will get the details of that on page 5. So you see the beauty of the Manu people, their beautiful dressing there. Then it comes now to the left hand side. It's a appointments of vice presidents, new government director generals. Bia's return aggravates nervous anticipation in Yaoundé. What we've been expecting. Say President Paul Biya returned to Yaoundé on Thursday, 20th August, after staying 74 days out of Cameroon. Yet his return has not put an end to long-running news suspense over the appointment of a vice president and of a new government. There is much talk also about an eminent it's not very clear, at the helm of state-run corporation. A mix of excitement, tension, and anxiety now reigns along the corridors of power in Yaoundé as actors wait to see what Biya holds for them in Yaoundé. Biya's time is God's time. In page 3 there, you get what they mean by Biya's time is God's time. That is the Median newspaper. Okay, let's go now to the municipal updates. Municipal updates. It is the municipal update says making a difference, 25 years celebration. That is talking of Eco Bank there. So the face of the paper, it's all Eco Bank. So if you want to get it, you go into the papers, then you get it. Then outgoing European Union envoy minister reviews support to small and medium-sized enterprises. You go to page 2, you get the details. We'll come down, you say Kumba 2 municipality. First deputy mayor uses football to foster peace and education. In page 2, you get the details. Full Faith Nova Angui, female inventor, 15 breaking grounds in technology. You get that also in page 2. So that is what the municipal update had for us this day. I think the next, now at this time everyone, it should be the write-up I told you of the talk shop. It says, let us get what is written there. All round militants on 2 wheels. I told you about bikers. All round militants on 2 wheels. It says, bike riders are fast becoming the face of political rallies in Cameroon. Be it in whichever town, they exhibit the same traits. When party a visit, they are front and center, wearing branded shirts, leading noisy convoys and chanting party slogans the loudest. A week later or so, when party B comes to town with speed, they switch sides without hesitation, donning new shirts and repeating the same drama. When party C arrives, the same performance again. Where do you really stand, dear riders? Is this about ideology or 2 liters of fuel and a plate of food? Interestingly, some of you haven't even registered to vote. Before you cheer at the next political rally, visit the nearest Elekam Council branch and register. The deadline is August 31st, 2026. This is where real change begins. Conwing gone many. I mean, I love the write-up, and it is really true. The time has come when party A comes, the bike riders are there in front with the t-shirts, brandishing other gadgets of the party. If party B comes and party C, they do the same thing. But the question our colleague Conwin Gonmeni is asking is, have you registered? That the CPDM will come, you go, you are in front. SDF comes, you are in front. Cameroon Neza movement comes, you are in front. Have you registered? That is where the change begins. So you cannot be doing all this when you have not registered. Then you are just making maybe a kind of fool of yourself. So what they are saying, if you are participating in all this, make sure you go and register, because on the 31st of August, registration ends. So you have just few days. Those who are leaders of the bikers, please mobilize. You people should go and register. Political leaders, you are watching us. Go and mobilize these bikers to register. Not that when the time reaches, you start worrying them to come and be a frontliner. Let us take the next newspaper, which is the Lasha King's Infos. The Lasha King's Infos. It says, WAFCON glory, Bia honors lionesses. Bia honors lionesses. What have they written there? Let us get it. It says, President Paul Biya has honored Cameroon's indomitable lionesses following their historic triumph at the 2026 Women African Cup of Nations, WAFCON, in Morocco. The champions were received at the Unity Palace in Yaoundé on Saturday, 22nd August, by President Biya and First Lady Chantal Biya at a formal state reception attended by senior government officials, sports authorities, and other guests. The reception was President Biya's first major public engagement since returning to Cameroon after more than 70 days abroad. In his address, the president praised the players and coaching staff for their discipline, courage, and team spirit throughout the tournament. He described the Lionesses' victory as a moment of national pride that has united Cameroonians across regions and generations, while inspiring young people across the country. You go to page 2 of Lasha Kings, you will get the details about the, you see the gentleman there, President Paul Biya, and wife. Let's go down. It says CPDM Fakotu president mobilizes militants ahead of 2026 local elections. The president of the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, CPDM Fakotu section, Honorable Findi Stanley Mokundo, has called for stronger grassroots mobilization and unity ahead of the 2026 legislative and municipal elections. CPDM militants from across the 30 subsections that make up Fakotu gathered at the Moyuka Banquet Hall on Friday, 21st August 2026 for an enlarged section conference aimed at strengthening the party's structure and electoral preparedness. The conference was held under instructions from the Secretary General of the CPDM Central Committee through the Permanent Divisional Delegation for Fako Division. You go to page 4, you see that CPDM meeting that held in Moyuka under Honorable Findi, who has been mobilizing Moyuka now for about a decade and more. So you get more of that. Okay, let's continue. Let us take Hilltop Voices. Hilltop Voices from the Northwest region. Hilltop Voices, what does it say? CPDM, SDF, MRC set for three-way fight ahead of council parliamentary election. CPDM, SDF, MRC set for three-way fight ahead of council and parliamentary elections. So those are some of the people who are already mobilizing for their various parties. You see the former Prime Minister and head of government, Philemon Yang there, and the other party member. It says CPDM defends stronghold. Ruling party controls 35 of the region's 36 councils, including Bamenda City and regional councils. SDF launches comeback bid. Party moves to reclaim lost council and parliamentary seats through renewed grassroots mobilization. MRC, or you call it CRM, targets all 34 sub-divisional councils. New challenger seeks to break the long-standing CPDM SDF political order across the region. 3 parties, 3 battles. CPDM fights to retain dominance. SDF seeks recovery, while MRC aims for breakthrough. Voters hold the deciding votes. Registration, candidates, credibility, grassroots organization, and turnouts could determine whether the Northwest political map changes. So that is it. They have started invading the Northwest region. And the question some people are asking, where were they before now? And now they are going to vie for votes. When people were crying, where were they? But it is not too late. It is not too late. When the parties come, you decide where you belong. But the most important thing, go and register, because have few days to the end of registration. And as always been telling you, registration will begin again only in January. But what if the President of the Republic called for the polls? It means there won't be any other registration. So it is better you rush within these days and go and register. Political parties, please use this last week to mobilize. Bamenda 3 SDF bids farewell to long-serving council George Fonwi Mufoza. So you go and get the details there. That the Hilltop newspaper is telling us. At this time, dear viewers, we come to the end of the papers, and we'll go for a break. But before we go for that break, we'll come back. We'll just give you a few minutes for you to look at what we have discussed about to participate. We have talked about Fekafoot Samuel Tofis, who have decided to support the bids of the FIFA president to go in for the next elections. We talked about CPD, SDF, and the Cameroon Nezamume CRM, who are invading the Northwest region at this time. What do you think? Then the bikers, who are said to be frontliners during campaign. But the question, have they registered and where do they belong? We see Yaoundé everywhere is dead, and it's not only Yaoundé, other cities and towns of Cameroon. What do you think about that? Then the fall of the GC performances this year, the GC performance this year. What do you also think about that? When we come back, we open the lines.
Looking for a powerful way to make your business stand out? Want your products and services to reach thousands of people every single day? Welcome to Royal Advertising Agency, your mobile publicity powerhouse. With our fully equipped advertising van fitted with high-quality speakers, we take your message directly to the streets, directly to the people, directly to your customers. From busy markets to neighborhoods, junctions, events, and business areas, we move around town broadcasting your adverts loud and clear, creating massive visibility for your brand. And that's not all. Our advertising van also comes with strategic spaces for posters, banners, and flyers, turning every movement into a moving billboard for your business. Need more impact? Our energetic promotional team is ready to distribute flyers hand to hand across town, helping your brand connect directly with the public. We offer free business consultancy, audio and video spot production, graphic designs of all types. Whether you're promoting a new product, announcing an event, running a campaign, or growing your business, Royal Advertising Agency is your trusted partner for effective outdoor publicity. Don't just advertise, dominate the streets with visibility. Call now 670-743-034. Royal Advertising Agency, taking your business everywhere.
Welcome back, lovers of Royal TV. Welcome back, lovers of Focus on the Papers. We want to say that what do you have to say as far as the president of FECAFOOT has decided to support the bid, to support the FIFA president to go in again for the presidency at the helm of the World Football Federation. Then also we have the political parties who have started invading the Northwest region to make sure that they garner for votes, given the twin elections that are on the way. We also have bike riders who are said to be people who are always at the front line of politics during elections, but they don't have like any party. How does that change their lives? Some of them have not even registered. When Party A comes, they are in front of the party making noise. Party B comes, they take the t-shirts and wear, they make noise. Party C comes, they take the t-shirt and wear and make noise. Where do they belong? How does that change their lives? Have they registered? So what do you have to say about that? Garbages everywhere in our towns and cities. We saw the Guardian Post telling us to see. Welcome to Yaoundé, the city, the political city of Cameroon. It was garbages everywhere. What do you think about that? Then the falling performance of the GCE this year, especially in the Northwest and Southwest region. What do you have to say about that? Those are the things that are really making news this day in Cameroon that the papers decided to investigate and tell us. We want to say, dear viewers, we want to thank all those who have been part of this program. We appreciate, and that is why we'll always be here to inform you. This day will tell you, go and buy the papers and read the details. See you tomorrow for another edition. I've been Mwambo William.